like una-una pala, kailan mag-endoscopy? Kailan hindi mag-endoscopy?
Ano
Kasi yung iba takot doon eh.
Ano pong edad?
Or kung kailan gagawin?
Kailangan gawin na. Anong pagkakataon?
Again, when the patient has symptoms of epigastric pain, as I was saying, one of the possibility is ulcer. Ano? There are other causes of epigastric pain. So the question that will arise is when are you going to give treatment na lang muna as a trial, and when are you going to do endoscopy? The main indication for endoscopy is that there are complications.
Like
if
what?
The patient is bleeding, if the patient has sign of obstruction like vomiting, then endoscopy is a must. Second thing that endoscopy is a must is if there are presence of alarm symptoms. Alarm symptoms like, again, bleeding, vomiting, and the presence of loss of appetite, the presence of weight loss, making you apprehensive that this might be malignancy, then you go for early endoscopy. The third indication is probably if you're dealing with elderly patient. And elderly is included as age 50 and above.
50 is elderly na ba ngayon?
Yes, because again, of the apprehension that you might be dealing with malignancy rather than ordinary ulcer. Otherwise, your patient is having dyspepsia, dyspeptic symptoms, and the problem actually is there's different approaches that you can do when you have a young patient, probably somebody below the age of 40 with dyspeptic symptoms. What are you going to do? Not everybody is advocating endoscopy immediately. Some would like to give trials of anti-acid drug, or one of the very, very favorite trials right now is when you have dyspeptic symptoms, you're a young patient, you check for H. pylori.
Bali through endoscopy?
Not through endoscopy, but either through blood tests or what they call breath tests or through antigen in the stool, and if positive to H. pylori, treat the H. pylori first before doing endoscopy, and reserve the endoscopy in those patients who does not respond to your treatment. As far as gastroenterologists are concerned, we would like to do endoscopy all the time. But again, there are indications for endoscopy, and I hope that everybody are following the proper indication.
Meron din po bang delikado sa endoscopy, Dr. Estrada?
Well, yung endoscopy ng upper area o ng esophagus, ng stomach at ng duodenum, pwedeng makabutas as the most common complication. But very rare.
Very rare.
Bihirang-bihira yan. Mas I'd say very, very rare. Almost not heard of if you are in the hands of a good endoscopist.
So, mas mabuti pa rin gawin po kesa hindi.
Magandang gawin kung sa tingin ng clinician o sa tingin ng specialista, gawin.
Mga magkano po ba halaga ng pagpapa-endoscopy? Magkano po kailangan nilang i-preparang halaga?
Average.
Average lang po, kasama na lahat.
Probably it will cost around 8,000 pesos.
Around 8,000 pesos.
Upper endoscopy.
Baka yung iba natakot na, no? So, ano kaya paano naman iiwas na lang? Let's say, pagkain, sir. Meron bang way na
Anong nababagay kainin o hindi
dapat
nababagay
every 3
kainin?
hours, ganon, para mawala yung sakit?
Again, it has to be clarified. Is the question referable to dyspepsia, which is, again, I'm saying, is a symptom, or is the question referable to somebody proven to have ulcer? If we're going to talk of dyspepsia, there's so many foods that can cause dyspepsia and not necessarily causing ulcer.
Like what, sir?
So, for example, may mga tao na pag kumain uminom ng kalamansi,
Lamansi juice.
nakakaroon ng discomfort. May mga tao na pagka napadami ng kain, nakakaroon ng discomfort or whatever. Again, ang usual advice doon is whatever, there are 2 secrets in life as far as food is concerned and as far as I'm concerned. The first one is moderation on everything. And second one is as tolerated. So, ibig sabihin, kahit sabihin ng kapitbahay mo na bawal sa iyo yung calamansi juice, kung nainom ka naman, hindi nasakit ang iyong sikmura, go ahead. But again, the most important thing is moderation and as tolerated. Now, iba kung may ulcer ka. Kung may ulcer ka ngayon, you're a proven case of ulcer, na-scope ka na at nakitang may ulcer, so doon papasok, is there anything na bawal talaga pagka may ulcer? Ang definitive thing na bawal pagka may ulcer is smoking and intake of NSAID, yung mga gamot sa arthritis. There is a big controversy right now regarding food. It was thought before na pagka may ulcer ka, napakadaming bawal. Ang trend right now is if you look at the data, there's no definite evidence that food is associated with ulcer. So ang trend sa ulcer right now is food as tolerated.
Kaya lang sir, paano natin malalaman kung may ulcer siya or dyspepsia without the endoscopy?
Yes, that's why
So maghuhula tayo.
if you look at what I have mentioned earlier, endoscopy are done initially, immediately, when there are alarm symptoms and depending on the age of the patient. If you don't have them, then you can give therapeutic trial. But what is unfortunate with functional dyspepsia or what we call hyperacidity and ulcer also is their recurrent condition.
Babalik-balik.
Pabalik-balik. Pag-i-improve sa gamot, babalik. Eventually, you will end up having an endoscopy. So if the
mukhang walang
question,
choice.
Dr. Willie, is how will you really differentiate whether it is just hyperacidity or functional dyspepsia and ulcer? No way except go for endoscopy. Of course, the best test. You have alternatives, of course, which are X-ray, GI series, but not as good as endoscopy.
talaga.
So eventually, somebody with dyspeptic symptoms going on for a long time, you might have no choice to have endoscopy one time or another.
Sir.
Well, with dyspepsia also, do not forget that patients or people would think it's always ulcer or hyperacidity. Very common also is a gallbladder problem. You may have gallstones. They also present as pain in the epigastric area. Ibig sabihin nito, yung pain nasa upper portion o nasa ibabaw ng ating tiyan. Yun ang lugar ng gallbladder, or it can even extend to the right side. So, the middle pains, upper middle pains, and right-sided pains, you have to think of the gallbladder, because gallbladder now has risen, and that is I think the most common operation. It is even more common than appendicitis.
Sir, nakikita to through an ultrasound of the abdomen. Yun naman.
Yun naman, the best modality to diagnose this is an ultrasound. The ultrasound would give you probably a 95 to a 98% accuracy.
Bakit 95% lang? So, may 5% pala hindi rin mahuli, sir?
Well, ang ultrasound kasi is also a reader dependent. Ibig sabihin,
so, kailangan ba sa malaking hospital gagawin ng ultrasound?
mas magaling yung nagbabasa. So, hindi porke wala na ultrasound na,
wala daw.
kung wala, I would look at the patient again, examine the patient again, look at his symptoms, and then if kailangan, magagawa ko sa magaling na magbasa ng ultrasound.
Dahil
Dahil,
magaling magbasa.
medyo controversial yan.
Controversial. Okay.
So, sir, may
Sir,
nagtatanong
may sasabihin
din
kayo.
po, ito po ba'y namamana o yung mga blood type O mas nagkakaroon ng ulcer? Totoo po ba yon?
Yes, I have noted that before.
Type O?
That type O is
Type
more
O
prone
ako
to ulcer formation, and that type A is more prone to cancer formation of the stomach. So there's
Maswerte ang type O type A? Walang swerte.
O na lang ako.
O na lang. Lahat ng type O.
But again, the association is not 100%.
Opo.
They're
Ilang
just saying,
percent?
very low actually. I don't
10,
know the exact
20%.
figure,
Konti
very
lang.
small, but it's just more of correlation thing.
Okay, maganda pinag-usapan natin ngayon at we have to pause for a break, so don't go away. Pagbalik natin, gastric cancer with our very good guest. Don't go away.